Virginia High Bearcat basketball will be on the air in 5 minutes. Three minutes. Two minutes until airtime. Sixty seconds. Seconds till Bearcat basketball. Fifteen seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Bearcat basketball from the radio home of Virginia High Athletics. You're listening to the Bearcat Tip-Off Show on Bearcat Radio. Good afternoon and welcome to tonight's edition and exclusive coverage of Virginia High basketball in the Southwest District Tournament semifinals as the Lady Cats face the Marion Scarlet Hurricanes. This is Dylan Hutton along with Mark Carr. Welcome back, Mark.
Hey, nothing better than being back in the booth and back on the airways with Bearcat Radio.
Good to be back with you as we get set to take you through another our first postseason edition for basketball of Bearcat Hoops. And again, we'll go ahead and hit Mark with our first question here for the pregame show. The Bearcats roll into the tourney winning their last 4 games and 10 of the last 12 ball games, including 2 wins against a Marion team. Mark, how does the role that they finished the season on impact tonight? I mean, as far as this is a Bearcat team that went undefeated in Southwest District play 10-0.
Hey, Dylan, so honestly what you're looking for here is you just want to be able to maintain the momentum that you've carried throughout the course of the season. You won 10 of your last 12 games. That's something you just want to keep building on. Streaks kind of get in the top of your head, but, losing that game at Tennessee High a couple weeks ago is pretty good for this team to be able to get back on track and realize that they're able to lose games, but you have to be there every night to come up with a win to advance on and just keep that momentum rolling for this team. And
I think we really see that with this team. They challenge themselves with the schedule, and now they've gotten to district play, and they've really sort of reaped the benefits of playing all the tough teams that they went out and played. I mean, Abingdon was one of the best teams in the state. And then you turn around and, Tennessee High was a talented team. I know they got eliminated the other night, but they were a talented basketball team. Had a good post. Addison Minor, of course, one of the standout players for Tennessee High. But, all right, let's go to this side now. Okay, Marion, you've already played them twice. You're 2-0 against Marion, Mark. What's the mindset for the Cats? You're playing a team that you've beaten 2 times.
Yeah, so you're definitely a lot more confident being 2-0 against a team. But it's hard to beat a team 3 times in the same season, in the same setting. And that's what the Cats have to realize tonight. You win tonight, you just got to get on the next round. But first you got to focus on this game to focus on Saturday.
Yeah, so we'll see if the Cats can do that. Like you said, like we've talked about, the big goal for the Cats this year, of course, is to make it past the regions. And tonight was talk exclusively about the big 3 for the Bearcats, what we're going to call the big 3 on this Bearcat team. Amaya Lee, Taylor Owens, and Jada Campbell, really the leaders on this team. You could also add Allie Sidnor to that and Kerrigan Bailey. But for those 3, as far as scores, they combined for 40 points in the last regular season game at Richlands on Saturday. And that was 40 points for the Cats out of the 56 that they scored in that one. And the main goal of this team, we talked to Coach Timmons early in the year, and it was the goal then, win that first round of region. Every year it seems like the Cats get there and then either run into a tough matchup or just sort of lose it right there at the end. So that's the main goal, make a run in the regions. And, Mark, what can the big 3 do tonight to stay in sync and continue to get that scoring going?
You just have to show the love to everybody. Get the assist, be able to shoot the ball well, and maintain the team chemistry that you've had throughout the course of the season. This team's a team that's grown up together, played together for a really long time. You just got to be able to keep building on that chemistry because this team has another year together.
And, again, this is a Bearcat team that features, out of those 3, are the top 10 scorers in the Southwest District. Jada Campbell is 7th in the district, averaging 10 a game. Allie Sidnor, who we didn't mention as part of the big 3, she's averaging 8 points a game and 9th in the district. And then Taylor Owens, 16 points per game. She is 4th in the Southwest District. So we'll see how the Cats can do tonight as far as that goes. And the fun thing about them is one player can get hot, but if 2 of them get hot, that's when this team really gets dangerous. And if somebody can just have a 10-point outing, you're already looking at close to 50 points without even any contribution from anyone else.
And this team can definitely put it on the floor and score some points. I mean, you've got shooters galore on this roster, and that's what's helped the Cats be able to spread the floor and get more points on the board than usual.
It's a very stout defensive team, too. We couldn't go without mentioning that. Now let's talk about the Marion Scarlet Hurricanes. And, again, they've been led all year by senior point guard Abigail Jennings, who's averaging 15 points per game, and she's coming off an impressive 30-point outing in that first-round matchup 2 nights ago against Graham. What must Marion do to handle the Virginia High pressing defense, Mark, and let Jennings lead this offense?
So, I mean, first off, you have to realize there's more than Jennings on this team. There's Billings and Leffler as alike. I mean, 2 really good players for this team. But what you have to do to beat the press is you have to maintain your composure, stay calm, be able to get up and down the floor, and find a way, find an outlet to be able to get there.
So we'll see how the scoring goes with that. Last game, Billings had 14 points. Gracie Billings, a junior, in the post for Marion. But Abigail Jennings, who we mentioned there at the opening of that question, she's the point guard senior, so she's really the leader, sort of takes the burden of the offense. So we'll see what happens with that as far as how the matchup goes with the point guards. And that'll be a fun one to keep an eye on. Let's take a look now at the tournament recap. And so far in the tournament, we've seen 2 games. Of course, in the first round, Tazewell defeated Richlands 46-42 in overtime. In that one, that was 2 nights ago. Then Marion defeated Graham 61-56 in that game. So that was the first round action. Tonight we'll have Virginia High Marion, and then after this one is over, Lebanon at Tazewell will get it going here from the Bearcat Den. We won't be broadcasting that one, but the winner of these 2 will play in the championship game tomorrow or Saturday at 2 o'clock. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the Cats are playing again tomorrow or Saturday afternoon in that championship game here from the Den. Again, Marion coming off a 61-56 win against Graham. Hurricanes led 29-28 at half, and they received 30 points from Billings. Virginia High, on the other hand, 56-37 win in the last regular season game against Richlands. Taylor Owens, 16 points, 10 rebounds, had a double-double in that one. Amaya Lee, 15 points, 3 assists, 5 steals. Jada Campbell, 9 points, 6 rebounds. And then Kerrigan Bailey, 10 rebounds, 5 steals. Allie Sidnor, 7 points, 7 boards. The Cats on the year are 10-2, and they score 50 or more points. And again, they've won their last 4 straight and their last 5 home games in a row. 8-4 at home on the year, 4-5 away from the Bearcat Den. So we get near tip-off in this one. Again, the semifinal of the Southwest District Tournament for the girls varsity. Previous meetings between these 2 teams, Virginia High's handled Marion both times. First meeting was on January 9th, 64-47. The Cats came away with a win. And then on January 26th, 67-44. Virginia High winning that one. So this is the 3rd time these 2 teams will meet. And we'll see how the Cats can handle Jennings and Billings and Leffler and everyone else on this Marion roster, as it'll be the 3rd time, very familiar matchup. Again, tonight's game is brought to you by State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol, and also our friends at BSN Sports in Bristol. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll have storylines, players to watch, and then we'll have Mark's keys to the game. We'll be right back here on the Bearcat Tip-Off Show.
Whoa, long time no see. It's me, the Rock T-shirt in the back of your closet. Dude, remember? You crowd surfed in me, man. But you haven't worn me in like forever. I get it, you're retired, but I still got some rock left in me. So take me to Goodwill, where I could really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on Spreaker Radio, the official internet home of Virginia High Athletics.
Hey y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. I love that country music millions of meals to families in need across the country. Join the fight against hunger at feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disaster need most.
In the wake of a hurricane, your monetary donation can make a huge difference to those in need. To donate, visit supporthurricanerelief.org. That's supporthurricanerelief.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
They'll challenge your authority because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory,
And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch until you hear that click.